Practice set 1.4. First example, if number of elements in set A is equal to 15, number of elements in A union B is equal to 29, number of elements in A intersection B is equal to 7, then find number of elements in set B. We know number of elements in A union B is equal to number of elements in set A plus number of element in set B minus number of element in A intersection B. Substituting the given value, the value of number of elements in A union B is 29 is equal to the number of elements in set A are 15 plus we have to find number of elements in set B and the number of elements in A intersection B is 7. Then transfer this 15 and minus 7 to opposite side. It becomes number of elements B is equal to 29 minus 15 plus 7. Therefore, number of elements in set B is equal to 36 minus 15. Therefore, the number of elements in set B is equal to 21. Thus, the answer is the number of elements in set B is equal to 21. Example 2. In a hostel, there are 125 students, out of which 80 students drink tea, 60 students drink coffee, and 20 students drink both tea and coffee. Find the number of students who do not take tea or coffee. First, read this example carefully and write the elements. We can solve this example in two methods, by using formula and by Venn diagram. Method first. If we read the example carefully, here in a hostel there are 125 students. Therefore, the total number of students in a hostel is equal to 125. So this is the universal set. The number of elements in universal sets is 125. That is the total number of students. Let A be the set of students who drinks tea. Here in example, 80 students drink tea. Therefore, number of elements in set A is equal to 80. Let B be the set of students who drinks coffee. Here 60 students drinks coffee. Therefore, the number of elements in set B is equal to 60. Hence, the number of students who drinks both tea and coffee is, here in the example, 20 students drink both tea and coffee. Therefore, A intersection B means the students who drinks both tea and coffee are 20. Therefore, the number of elements in set A intersection B is equal to 20. We know the formula. Number of elements in A union B is equal to number of elements in set A plus number of elements in set B minus number of elements in A intersection B. If we put the value, number of elements in set A are 80, number of elements in set B are 60, and number of elements in A intersection B are 20. 80 plus 60 is 140 minus 20 is 120. Therefore, the number of elements in A union B is equal to 120. We have to find the number of students who do not drink tea or coffee. Total students in a hostel is 125. Therefore, number of elements in universal set minus number of elements in A union B. That is 125 minus 120 is equal to 5. Therefore, the answer is the number of students who do not drink tea or coffee is 5. Second method by Venn diagram. Here set A is given. Set A is the number of students who drink tea. And set B the number of students who take coffee. And 20 students take both tea and coffee. Therefore, here 20 students are the elements of A intersection B. So here in set A, 80 minus 20 is equal to 60. Means this common 20 students, and in set B, number of students who take coffee are 40, means 60 minus the common students who take both tea and coffee. We can minus this is equal to 40. Therefore, number of elements in A union B is equal to 60 plus 20 plus 40 is equal to 120. And the number of students who do not drink tea or coffee is equal to total students minus the number of students in A union B is equal to 125 minus 120 is equal to 5. So the answer is the number of students who do not take tea or coffee is 5. Example 3. In a competitive exam, 50 students passed in English, 60 students passed in mathematics, and 40 students passed in both the subjects. None of them failed in both the subjects. Find the total number of students. Solution method first by using formula. Let A be the set of students who passed in English. In example, the number of students passed in English is 50. Therefore, the number of elements in set A is equal to 50. Let B be the set of students who passed in mathematics. Here 60 students passed in mathematics. Therefore, the number of elements in set B is equal to 60. And 40 students passed in both the subjects. Therefore, the number of students passed in both the subject, that is number of element in A intersection B is equal to 40. Now we know the formula. Number of elements in A union B is equal to number of elements in set A plus number of elements in set B minus the number of elements in A intersection B. If we substitute the value, number of elements in set A are 50, number of elements in set B are 60, minus the number of elements in A intersection B is 40, is equal to 50 plus 60, 110 minus 40 is equal to 70. Therefore, the answer is the total number of students is 70. By second method, by using Venn diagram, here set A is given. Set A is the number of students passed in English, and set B is the number of students passed in mathematics. Here the number of students passed in both the subject, that is A intersection B, is 40. So here the element in set A is 50 minus 40 is equal to 10. Means here A intersection B means the student passed in both the subjects are 40 and the student passed only in mathematics is 10. In set B, the elements are 60. Out of 60, 40 students passed in both the subject and the student passed in only mathematics is 60 minus 40 is equal to 20. Therefore, and the total number of students is equal to, that is the number of element in A union B is equal to 10 plus 40 plus 20 is equal to 70. Example 4. A survey was conducted to know the hobbies of 220 students of class 9, out of which 130 students inform about their hobby as a rock climbing and 180 students inform about their hobbies as a sky watching. There are 110 students who follow both the hobbies. Then how many students do not have any of the two hobbies? How many of them follow the hobby of rock climbing only? And how many students follow the hobby of sky watching only? So from example, total number of students is 120. Therefore, the number of elements in universal set is equal to 220. Let R be the set of students having a rock climbing hobby. Therefore, the number of elements in set R is equal to 130. Let S be the set of students having a sky watching hobby is 180. Therefore, the number of elements in set A is equal to 180. The number of students having both the hobbies, that is the number of elements in R intersection S, is equal to 110. We know the formula. Number of elements in R union S is equal to number of elements in R plus number of elements in S minus the number of elements in R intersection S. Substituting the values, number of elements in set R is 130, number of elements in set S is 180 minus the number of elements in R intersection S is 110 is equal to 310 minus 110 is equal to 200. Therefore, the number of students not having both the hobbies is equal to the total students means number of elements in universal set minus number of elements in R union B is equal to 220 minus 200 is equal to 20. Thus the 20 students not having both the hobbies. Then next sub question, the number of students having only rock climbing is equal to the number of elements in set R minus the number of elements in R intersection S is equal to 130 minus 110 is equal to 20. Thus the 20 students having only rock climbing hobby. The number of students having only sky watching hobby is equal to number of elements in set S minus the number of elements in R intersection S. Therefore, is equal to 180 minus 110 is equal to 70. Thus, the 70 students having a only sky watching hobby. So, in the above example, 20 students do not have any hobby. 20 students follow only rock climbing hobby and 70 students follow only sky watching hobby. Example 5. Observe the Venn diagram and write the following sets. Set A, B, A union B, universal set, complement of set A, complement of set B, complement of A union B. Here in example, Venn diagram is given. Set A having a element X, Y, Z. Set B having a element P, Q, R. And here A intersection B having a element M and N. First sub question is set A. We have to write the element of set A. If we observe the Venn diagram of set A, the elements are X, Y, Z, M, N. Therefore, the answer is set A is equal to the elements X, Y, Z, M, N. Set B having the element P, Q, R, M, N. Here the elements are P, Q, R, M, N. Third question, A union B. A union B means the element of set A and set B together. That is the X, Y, Z, P, Q, R, M, N are the element of A union B. All the elements of set A and set B are the element of A union B. Then universal set. Universal set, the elements are X, Y, Z, M, N, P, Q, R and T. Yes. The elements of universal set are X, Y, Z, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T. Complement of set A. The elements are P, Q, R, S, T. 6. Complement of set B dash. The elements which are not in set B are X, Y, Z, S, T are the elements of complement of set B. 7 sub question. Complement of A union B is equal to. Here the element of A union B are X, Y, Z, P, Q, R, M, N. And we have to write the complement of A union B, the elements which are not in A union B but the elements which are in set U, that is the element S and T are the elements of A complement of A union B. If you found this video helpful for you, then like this video and subscribe my channel.